So, as the title suggests, I had my stupid heart put through a meat grinder by my now ex-girlfriend and ex-best friend. A bit of backstory: I met my ex when I was 19, and everything was seemingly perfect. She was kind, caring, and seemed like the perfect human being. Always telling me how much she loves me, and I'm everything she asked for, and so on. A few days into our relationship, I introduce her to my best friend, a guy whom I've known forever. We were born a month apart and had been inseparable since we were toddlers. They meet, and everything went perfect. He told me that we were perfect for each other and he'd be there for us. As the time went on, they started to get to know each other, as my best friend and I would always hang out, and they became good friends. I was happy that they were getting on so well, and everything was perfect. Fast forward 4 years, it was all going good, or so I had thought. My girlfriend started to become a little distant, not answering calls, not replying to texts, or replying with one-word answers, the works. I was baffled, as we hadn't had a fight as well, given we had arguments, but those were mostly silly issues, like who ate the last slice of pizza. Not just her, my best friend also started ignoring me. Every time I asked him to meet, he had a reason to not come around, either saying he was busy or he was already elsewhere. This went on for a while, and I started to suspect something was wrong, but I brushed it off thinking I was being stupid. But boy was I in for a surprise. Today, I was running errands, and I had to take a different route than the one I generally travel. Once I finish my errands, I hop on my motorbike, and as I am passing through, I see my friend's motorbike in the parking lot. I give him a call and ask him where he is. He tells me that he is with his sister at her place. We make small talk and hang up, so that was a lie. I look around, and I spot him in the local park. He had on a custom jacket I bought him for his birthday last year. What was odd was that he was with a girl. He wasn't dating anyone. I moved closer and out of sight, and that was the biggest mistake I ever made. I see him, cuddling with my girlfriend and kissing her. I watch for a while, and decided to confront them. So I walk up to the park bench they were sitting on, and ask them if I could join in on the fun. Their reaction was that of deer in headlights. They don't say anything for a bit, and I decide to break the silence. I ask them how long this was going on, and why. First they try to deny everything and try to chalk it all up to a misunderstanding, but when I tell them I saw everything and to cut the CRP, he starts apologizing. I ask them once more, and he tells me that they've been having an affair for the past 2 years. They wanted to tell me, but didn't have the courage to. And she had the gall to tell me that it was only an emotional affair earlier, and they only started having X** a few months ago. She then tried to say something, but I just held up my hand and got up. I was fuming. I wanted to punch him, but the only thing that came out of my mouth was nice. And I stormed off, got on my motorbike and went straight home. Once I was home, the gravity of the situation dawned on me, and I just broke. This was the man whom I considered my brother, who's been with me all my life, and the girl with whom I thought I'd spend the rest of my life with, and they did this after a couple of hours. Both of them started blowing up my phone with calls and messages, apologizing and asking me to let them explain. I am not responding to either of them as I don't have the mental strength to talk to them now and might end up saying or doing something I'd regret later. I don't know what to do. Everything feels meaningless. Was everything a lie? I don't understand anything, which is why I'm here, a broken man who was stabbed in the back by the 2 people who he trusted the most in life, and up until a few hours ago would have given my life for. Any advice would be helpful. Update. So just a brief recap. My 23 male ex-girlfriend, 22 female, cheated on me and had an affair with my ex-best friend, 23M, behind my back for 2 years. Caught them red-handed and went full NC. Now for the update. My ex-best friend's father had given me a call earlier today apologizing and told me that he'd be dropping by later today. Him, along with his wife and daughter, and my ex-girlfriend's father came home today. None of them could look me in the eye, and they kept apologizing on behalf of their children. I tried to calm them down and told them that none of this was their fault. After a little more convincing, everything went back to normal. We then had a conversation over a bottle of finely aged scotch and some wine. That's when they laid it all on me. My friend's father basically disowned him and cut him out of the will. His mother was quiet all this while, and his sister started crying and told me that she was sorry for what her brother did, and that it was unforgivable. It took me a while to console her, and I told her no matter what happened, she'd always be my little kid sister. She hugged me and cried some more. Then my ex-girlfriend's father spoke, and basically said the same thing. That he was extremely disappointed and never expected her to do something like this. I then proceed to tell them all that they were always going to be family and were welcome at any given time, and I'd need some more time to figure things out regarding the betrayal and where their children stand in my life. In the end, it was an eventful conversation, and they all left happier than when they arrived. That made me feel better. So Reddit, after careful consideration, I think that I'll probably speak to the two of them in the next few days, and put a stop to this whole fiasco, and let them know that I basically consider them to be dead. We'll get back with an update soon. Much love.
Story 2. My best friend cheated on her boyfriend with our close friend husband. I am in shock. I don't know what to do. Please help me. We used to be a super close group of friends. One got married and had 3 kids, so she wasn't available to meet with us a lot. My best friend is to me the best friend that I can ask for, but she just told me that her baby son is not her boyfriend's son but our other friend's husband. The one with the 3 kids. What can I do? I love both of them so much. I hate being in this position. English is not my first language, so I am sorry for any confusion or typos. Edit. Good morning Reddit. I asked for a day off on my job. I was scared to ask before because I just started working there, and finally went to see my close friend. She already knew everything. She knew it even before that she had her last baby. She found some text messages between my best friend and her husband and just decided to ignore it. I asked her why she stayed with him back then, and she said that he promised her that was nothing physical, that was just texts, and she believed it because she did not, though my best friend will do something like that. She never told me anything because she knew I will encourage her to leave him and stop being friends with my best friend. We knew that he cheated with a lot more women before, and when I told her to leave him she chose to believe him. Now, why my best friend told me everything about it now? Well, she is pregnant. Hopefully with her ex's kid, and she wanted to come clean with him. She was not sure if the 1RS baby was him, so she was feeling guilty. He asked her for a DNA test, and as all of you already know, the baby was not him but my other friend's husband. They tried to fix things, but it was too much for him to handle, so he moved out. Thank God at least someone has common sense. He still wants to be part of the baby's life. What a wonderful soul. Well, now, my close friend also knew about the baby. How? She said that because she saw pictures of the baby and he looked so much like her husband that she got suspicious and asked him if the baby was him, and he said that there's a % that was him. What kind of answer is that? What an a-hole. She asked me to stop being friend with my best friend, but to forgive her husband, because he is a typical, my country, man, and they always do that, and that she needs me more than ever because she knows that if I choose her, my best friend will suffer and she deserve it. I was like, are you kidding me? She just need me to make the other one feel bad. What I am going to do? I am going to stop talking with all of them but best friend's ex, because he is the only one that is giving himself some self-worth. I can't believe that my best friend was capable of doing what she did, but I can't understand why my close friend is still living with her husband. Yes, they have 3 kids, but she is wealthy enough to take care of them and live comfortable. He will keep cheating and she knows that. He has been married 3 times before. All those marriages were ended because of him cheating. He have 9 kids, well now 10 or maybe 11. I don't want to make this about me, but I don't want to be involved with all this mess. My mental health is more important than all of this. Again, sorry for my English.